Hello, blessed and beloved jewelry community. Welcome to this tutorial number 6. Today we're going to create rings using different gemstones. So, um, for those who didn't follow the series, in the tutorial number 3, we modeled I showed how to model the gemstone, so I created the entire collection. It's available on the Blender market. I leave the link below so you can buy it. That's a new way to support the channel. I'm going to create and sell assets for jewelry design and different applications, because we can use the jewels for role playing and character creation also, and video game creation. So I already started selling and creating assets. I'm on the Blender market for now, so if you want to support the channel and don't want to model the assets all by yourself, the assets we are creating during the tutorials while we're learning, you can take that new shortcut and buy the assets directly. So today, these are the gemstones. I'm not going to use all the gemstones today. I'm going to save as video 6, here, video 6. Okay. I'm going to erase those cameras here. So I'm going to erase this camera too. Okay. Okay. That's why it was Alt A. Just the cameras. These cameras. Too many cameras there. Okay. Now this camera also goes. Let's save that. So I'm going to erase these and those, that and that. Now I'm going to create a design, a slightly different design for each stone. So let's start with the diamond. So let's put it at a real size. That would be 3 millimeters. Copy paste the scale. Let's put it in the center, and we have this. Now we're going to bring a circle create. So add busy circle here. Let's center it here, align to the view, and make it 9.1. This is finger size number 8 American. Okay, resolution, let's put 80. That's funny. All right, we're here. So the diamond, let's put in position over there somewhere. Here. Not too bad. Okay, so now let's start modeling some prong setting. So let's add a torus. Let's center the torus right here. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's make it at 0.3, something like this. Let's try it near to the diamond. So it must come close to the diamond but not touch the diamond, something like that. Well, now it's touching. So to make that, let's make it a bit bigger with the S key. It shouldn't go out of the stone. So we have that. Let's make use of a Boolean modifier here, difference from the diamond. Now let's hide the diamond. Let's make this cut. This is very pretty. Let's try also a subdivision surface. That's pretty nice, and make it smooth shading. On the inside it won't be very smooth, but we can try more. Yeah, let's go at 3, I think. At 3 is perfect. So we have that. Let's apply. We can create directly apply. We can make apply and apply directly there. Okay, and it's okay here. Let's show the diamond. Where's the diamond? Here. So now let's move the belt a bit here on the outside. Let's make it a bit bigger. It might just a bit come out of the diamond. So that's a pretty good height there. Let's make Shift T to copy it, enter, and move it down here at this level. Okay, so that's the base and the belt for the prong setting. This one, so now we're going to use front view, add curve Bezier, align to view. Let's move it near the diamond here, and let's move it to the front so we can see from the front view while we edit. I think I want to make prongs, but I want to make them a bit twisted to have something a bit more, well, a bit of originality, you know, that I care quite much about creating new things, not repeating all the time all the same stuff that we see. Well, this one still is going to be a classic because first we need to learn the classics. Okay, so we have this. Let's go to the curve here, data. Let's put 40 for resolution. Now, top view, let's add a small Bezier circle. Well, let's make it small. Anyway, N key, make the dimension at 0.85 and 0.85. Don't forget to reset, Control A, the scale. And now we go back to the curve for the prongs. So, geometry, bevel, and bevel are little circles. So obviously there it's too fat here and there. Let's go to edit mode. And let's go here, radius, let's go at 0.8, and here let's go at 0.5 to have something like this. Now, here this must take a bit on the diamond. Let's adapt the design somewhere like here. That goes out too much. So let's go out like this. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, now we're going to learn how to use the tapper object. Let's ask the fill caps, so it caps the endings and the start. Let's go out of edit mode with the tab key. Now, we are going to create a front view here, add curve, Bezier curve, align to view. Now I'm going to take my prong and select my new curve as the tapper object. Now when we go to edit mode, when I move the point, the curve is going to tapper according to the shape of my curve. So I can make more tapering effects and I can create new points there. So let's create a new point here. I can do the tip ending nicely like this. And that's what I want for this tapper here, that the ending comes nicer for the prong. Let's just align the head of the prong. So now something very important. When you design, if you want to manufacture the jewel, you need to make the prong. Many people are going to ask the prong to be way higher, to have more metal to set the stones. Let's say I'm going to use an intermediate. I won't go too high so it looks good on the render at once and I don't have to remake the design for the render, and it's already good for the printing, because that's going to be important. We're going to model jewels that are ready for 3D printing. That's one of the main goals of what I'm showing and teaching, and the channel is all about good design and good manufacturing. So, okay, that's nice. Now I'm going to bring this guy inside the base here. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Okay, I think, what do I think? I think it's pretty good, but I'm going to subdivide, W subdivide, and this one I want a bit more on the outside so it shines. Okay, that's nice. So now we have that. Let's do a, let me check some, no, it's okay. Okay. Let's do a Control A, all transforms. So we have the pivot or the gizmo at the center, and we're going to do a Shift D, enter, 90 degrees, Shift D, enter, 180 degrees, Shift D, enter, 270 degrees. So we have that. It's a pretty nice setting. The only thing I'm going to change is that I think I'm going to rotate them a bit more like this. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, sorry. Okay, okay, we're pretty good. So that's a prong setting with a twist. Now I want to make the ring out of this. So we're going to see, well, I'm going to take all of that with the Shift key and make a Shift D, enter. I'm going to go, okay, so we have that and that. These are the copies. I always recommend to copy the original so you don't lose it. If anything goes wrong, you have the original saved somewhere, a copy of what, well, by example, in this case, of the curve. So we have the curve, we make a copy, and we can use the original again if something goes wrong later. What we want now, all of that we're going to convert to mesh here. And now we can do a Control J, and this has become one mesh object. So obviously I can't edit it, so let's call it prong setting 1. I'm going to hide it because in fact I want to hide. So that one, H key, H key, H key, H key, H key, H key. So the prong setting, now where's the prong setting? Let's show the prong setting. So now what I want to create the ring for that. So we're going to use, well, first let's make apply all transforms. Let's put our dear array modifier, yeah. Okay, we have that. It's not relative. We need to create. Let's create. Well, I'm going to use an empty. Hey, let's say hello to Ayoka right there. I have 2 cats if you wonder. So sometimes they show up on the videos because they want to play with me and they're hungry sometimes. Sometimes they want me to play with them or something like that. So they come and I won't stop the videos. Well, so the cats are going to be part of some videos. Okay. So let's create, did I create? Okay, let's create an empty plane axis. Let's put it in the middle there, 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's from the empty as a reference object here. And now let's put, I don't know, 16 maybe. And so remember, you need to take the empty object and start rotating the empty object. So let's go at 20 degrees, but then it's going to be 18. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, let me hide the floor for a second here. It's pretty good. But the, well, I could design something that goes between the settings, or I can try to find a number. Maybe, let's go at 20. So that's, if we go at 20, the angle is going to be 18 degrees. So let's go 18 degrees. Okay, they're almost touching at 20. Let's go at 22. On the array, 22. there I need, I don't know, 360 divided 22. Go, that's 1636. And so let's go to the angle 1636. Okay, so they're touching at the intermediate level. That's pretty good. That's good. Okay, no, so the diamond, let's put array modifier. Let's put 22, and it's from the same empty object. Now let's make a Control A, all transforms, and we are into place. We have a nice fancy ring. So we're going to check maybe here if I can smoothen the tops. Let's try on this guy. Let's make a smooth. Now it's making it worse. So let's leave it like that. It's good enough. We're going to use cycle, so I'm going to show you a little trick. So let's take the floor, which was already around here somewhere here. Let's move it according to the ring. Oh, wrong selection. Let's move the floor, please, to the ground here. Okay, let's make it touch right here. So we have that. So as you can see, it's very easy and fast to design very good looking jewels using Blender. That's all I want to say. Some people are trying to make trash of what we're doing and that Blender is useless. We are wasting time and money and I don't know what. These people are simply ignorant and they don't know how to use the software. Blender is very good thanks to the modifiers, and the entire system of Blender is perfect for jewelry designing without any add-ons. Just need to think a bit and know what you're doing, and you gotta know the jewelry business and how the jewels are made. That's all. Blender is perfect for jewelry design, and everybody's welcome to keep subscribing to the channel. This channel is going to grow and keep growing, believe me, because we're doing something that, well, it's very unique. I've been doing it for years in Spanish, so people starting to ask me to do that in English. Obviously, the channel is going to grow more and more thanks to the language, because more people understand English. And luckily enough, I do speak English well enough to make the tutorials in English. So I hope that you keep subscribing and sharing and asking. And also, that's the design. Let's make the materials. Let's okay, let's make a preview. I don't know if I already have an environment around here. Maybe I do. Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So the diamond already has the material. I'm going to move the lights a bit higher. This is a real light here. There's no camera. Let's add camera. I erase all the cameras. So camera here. Let's do Alt Control 0. We have this. Let's check the camera focus way more. 120. That's too much. Let's go at 105. Okay, that's good. And okay, we have this. So this needs a new material, new. Let's create, well, simply metal. You can gold, whatever you want. Let's go to objects, and this is going to be metallic 1. Roughness 0.1. Generally, that's enough. Let's remove the overlays here. We have that as. That's pretty nice. So what we can do, let's add a bevel modifier to make the edges soft. And you know what, also let me, no, nothing. The optics, I could use the optics renderer, but it doesn't work with the bevel modifier. Too bad. So that's why I forget to use it. Okay, we have that. Let's check the endings there. So that's smoothen the top, the tips, just the tips right there. Let's put a 0.1 to make it smoother still. Okay, that's perfect. Let's take the other light, this light. So I just have two real lights in the set. That's a very basic set. It's pretty nice. Let's make this one stronger. Or there. Let's move this one a bit further away. Here, this one too. Let's bring it maybe here. A nice backlight. The floor, I'm going to make it more reflective, less roughness. No, maybe more roughness. And I can change the color to something maybe pinkish. Pinkish here. Let's make it. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Okay, for something for beginners, this is already pretty good. So now, I need to check my filters. The filters here, this is the viewport view, and this is the renderer. Disabling. So I want to disable these objects. I want to hide them from the renderer, but not erase them. So these guys are gone. So beware that all that's hidden is also hidden in the renderer, so it doesn't show up. I still don't like, I'm sorry, this must come out. This is the prong setting there. Okay, make sure you you like what you're doing. I don't like the floor yet. Maybe, you know what, maybe something more like this. Okay, this is a bit nicer. Today I want more color, something strong. Okay, that's pretty nice for something simple. Okay, and this guy, where's that guy? Who's that? The Asscher-Cut right there. Let's hide this. Okay, let's check the resolution here. That's good. Okay, let's go. F12. Render goes. Should be pretty fast. Or even really fast, you know, with a... okay, and I don't have, or do I? Yeah, I think the denoiser is already activated. So we're going to have something very basic with the ring standing, which is a very normal way to show rings, better than on the floor or something like that. You can see the model better when it's standing, even if it's not so realistic. They used to use fishing wire, transparent fishing wire to do that in real life, and real photographers would take pictures and then they had to remove the wires using any software. Okay, so this is the first design, the first render. I'm going to make 3 more renders and designs. First refer 3 other designs. Okay, first. But I wanted to show how it looks. The prongs look a bit too long, but like I said, if you want to manufacture this ring, you need the prongs to be longer, so you can properly set the stones. So we're almost there. Okay, it's making okay, the noiser worked, and let's save this model 1. And let's save. Okay, so this is the first model. So let's go back to layout and let's keep designing. Let's hide this. Let's hide that. Now bring back the cushion. We're going to make a design for the cushion cut diamond. Okay, let's go to the center here. Now the diamond, yeah, 6 is pretty good. 6, 8, 6, 7, that's pretty good. Don't forget to copy the So that's a bigger, no, that's too big. Let's go at 4. Let's go at 6 on this, on the y-axis. That's better. 6 per. Okay, so let's put it into position. Now, let's make a new design. Okay, so we want to make, let's bring a curve, a Bezier curve right here. Let's go to edit mode. Let's go here. Let's take everything and bring it higher than the stone so we can see what we're doing a bit better. So now we're going to do something like that. So this, I'm going to activate the mirror based on the stone and in the X and Y axis. I'm going to adjust a bit the size and position here. So in edit mode, don't forget that we change from object mode to edit mode very fast using the tab key. So we have that. We're going here to put more resolution, and let's use the bevel object. We're going to use the same circle here to get something like that. Okay. Let me select this and make it a bit thinner, the mean radius at 0.8 instead of 1. Now I'm going to put it into place here, very close to the stone without touching the stone. Something like that. It's going to be nice. So now we're going to do something to make it the joints. So we go to the modifier, and the mirror can have the clipping. When you turn on the clipping, you can take the point and cross the axis, and it's going to clip. So that's what we're going to do. And now I'm going to select these and subdivide so I can make the corner a bit more according to the cushion stone. Something like this. And somewhere like that. Just checking that the... Okay, this is perfect. Now select everybody. I'm going to put 0.7 really to make it not too thin, too thick, a bit thinner. Okay, this is nice. Now I'm going to select everything. Oh no, sorry. Let's go out of this. Let's do Shift D, Enter. Let's move it a bit down here. Let's go to edit mode, select everybody, and make it smaller. So things, when you want to have a look just at the object you are currently working, use the diagonal here, and we're having this problem right here. So I need to turn off the clipping so I can come back to something more something cleaner, basically. Then hit the diagonal again so I can check the shape with everybody else around here. Okay, that's pretty nice for the base. So I'm going to select everybody and do a 0.5, 0.6. Let's go 0.65, a bit thinner. Okay, we're good here. So we have the belt and the base. So we need to, well, let's say we can go with the array also. Array, no, maybe, oh, we won't change anything. We need prongs. So this time I'm going to make very classical prongs. So let's do a curve Bezier here, align to view. Let's go to edit mode. Let's go here. Let's come here. Let's come here. Something very basic here. Okay, side view. Let's move this. Oh, sorry. Move it, please. Oh. Okay. Here we go. And let's go with something like that. Top view, way too far now. AG. Let's move it here. Okay, let's say we're good. Now, let's go make it more resolution. And let's use the same circle. here. Okay, that's pretty good. And so let's use the same tapper here. Okay, now I can go back to edit mode. And let's activate the transparency here. So this time I'm going to make it a bit shorter here. So see, once you have the taper curve correctly defined, it's really quick and easy to adjust to another. Okay, let me copy the taper curve, Shift D, because I'm going to change it a bit. So this one is going to use the new taper curve, which is this one. So I can adjust. I want it thicker. Woo! Okay, this side is too. Oh, sorry. This one is the one I need to tap right there. That's good. Let's keep editing the taper curve. I want it to be thicker there and thicker. No, there's gonna be smoother. This is pretty good, but I want this to go differently. Okay, so now we have that. Let me just check the tip. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's do Shift D, enter. We can have a double prong on this side. Let's bring this guy on the inside like this. That's perfect. Now again, I can. Okay, let's take all these. Let's go Shift D, enter. Let's hide these first. Well, no, sorry. First, let's take these guys, and with the convert to there, you need to hit the Shift key so it applies to all the objects selected. If you don't hit the Shift key when you're converting into mesh, only the first one will get converted. So use the Shift key so everybody, and you can see the icon. Never forget to check the icon there. You see that this is a curve and this is a mesh, which is the small triangle. Okay, but before I unite all of these, let's do a Control A, all transforms. Let's do a Control J to these guys. Let's go now. These need a new mirror to the stone and X and Y. Okay, that's to multiply the prongs. And this is weird. What did I do? Sorry, I selected the mesh. This is wrong. I selected the curve because I didn't hide. Let's hide the curves. I need to hide all the originals there. Please don't mess with that. Okay, so it's that one and that one, which has the meshes. Okay, let's do Control J. Thank you. Let's do Control A, all transforms. Let's add the mirror modifier here with this guy, X and Y. We can apply it now. If you have a curve and try to apply a mirror modifier, it won't work. That's always a problem. Now we have this and that and that. Let's make a Control J. Let's put the metal object. Now let's go to modifiers array. So we're going to create another empty. So I'm going just to Shift D, enter. That's the new empty. So this guy is going to multiply from the offset object empty 001 and the empty 001. So let's put, I don't know, 18, but that's way too much. Oh no, let's go at 16 maybe. No, 18 is going to be good. Let's try this, so it's going to be 20 degrees. So that's too much, sadly. At 20, we're too big. We're too big. So we're going to need 18, I guess. Let's go at 18, no, 16. Let's go at 16. That's going to be, how much is that? 360 between 16. Yeah, 22.5, 22.5 for the 01, 01, 22.5. And that is, that's almost perfect. What I'm going to do is make the ring a bit bigger. I'm going to move the setting just a little up and do Control Alt transforms. Okay, so the prongs don't overlap too much. Let's go a bit higher still. Control A, Alt transforms. Just a bit more. Control A, Alt transforms, and that's good. Let's move the stone higher. Here, that's pretty good. Now let's make, okay, Control A, Alt transforms. Also an array modifier, also 16, also from the MT01 right here. Oh, we're going to need 15. We're going to need 15. So that's going to be 24 on the, okay, that's better. Yeah, the diamonds can't overlap at all. And that's pretty nice. Okay, let's go to camera view. Okay, the ring is bigger, so the camera, where are you? Camera here. Camera, let's go back a bit, 90, maybe 85, something like that. Let's activate the render preview. So this is the second design, looking good. Okay, the floor, let's change. Let's make a new material, ground. Or one, let's change the color for this guy. Maybe, yeah, something bluish. But more bluish like that. Okay, so this is the second design. Let's make the second render. Okay, so I'm not using a lot of samples, but we have some bounces there and for the refraction to look better. So it's obviously slower. That's what makes the render way slower, is the amount of refraction that's going on. What I want to, yeah, what I don't like at all, I'm going to escape this. There's too many actually. Let me, okay, I have, yeah, there was some weird, the first setting was showing inside, that was weird anyway. The rest pretty good. What we can also change is for the gemstones, let's go to shading. That's diamond, but let's make a copy and let's make a tourmaline. I think it's with you, tourmaline in English. I don't remember, tourmaline, and let's make it nice pink. So we need to change the IOR is 165 and the base color something pink. No, pink tourmaline is going to be. That's pretty nice. It's a bit too red already. Let's go a bit more, yeah, pinker like that. Okay, that's nice. That's nicer. And you know what? The floor is too high. It's going inside the. Let's move it here. Okay, everything's corrected. Looks pretty nice. What I don't like is that what I'm going to change. so you can see. Let me go back here. Let me hide the modifier for a bit. So here you remove the real-time option. Now let me work a bit more on the setting. Let's do an L selection, a Shift D. Let's move it down. Let's scale it. I'm going to make a double bottom like this. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Now I just need a section of this. Let's do transparency, Shift D. And let's make very raw cuts. So with the B key, selection and selection and selection. Now suppress vertices, the L key on the object, and let's rotate this with the R key. Let's move it right here. Let me see. Okay, it's too big. Let's make it smaller. And let's put it into place. It's just a bit too long. So let's go out again. Alt A, C. Let's cut it a bit more here. Suppress vertices. L. Let's make it fatter a bit here. Let's go there and rotate a bit more here. Now I have that. Let's activate. Sorry. Let's make it. Let's make the viewport view. Okay, we can't have that. Plain view. That's what I'm trying to say. Plain view. Let's rotate this a bit, like that. A bit higher. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller. So on the inside, we're also okay. This is perfect. So now, and you know what? Let's make it double also. Top view, transparency, Shift D, transparency, Shift D. Let's move this right here. Alt C to make that transparency. Okay, this is very nice. Okay, now I have the problems. I want to make the mirror, but just from that. So let's do a Control P. Sorry, P. Okay, just P key. Selection, and the selection is going to be taken out of this object. Now I can, before I do the array, I'm going to remove the array from that section because that's all it is. So make the mirror from the gemstone, X and Y, and we can apply again. Now I'm going to take this and that and do the Control J key. No, sorry, it's better the other way. This and that, Control J. So the last object becomes the remaining object, so I keep the modifier on. So okay, we have this. This looks way better. So now let's turn on the modifier again and the gemstone. So let's go back here, and now let's go for the nice render. Okay, so like I was saying, we should be okay now. I had an object hidden inside the prongs earlier. That's why it wasn't making very nice. Okay, we can see the diamonds. That's what's taking so long. The diamonds. Okay, here we can see that the render filter is still on. So the diamonds from the previous model is rendering. This is too bad. This is even crazy. Don't do crazy things like that. That's why also, but like I was saying anyway, refractions are slower to calculate even on the best GPUs because the amount of rays gets multiplied quite a lot, quite many times, so it makes the rendering. That's why I'm not using really a high sample count. It's rather a low sample count. I mean, 128, it's almost nothing, but with the new denoisers, it's good enough for what we're doing now. I won't be printing this as a poster or making anything else with that. But now I really do like the inside of the ring. This is a bit better looking, really. This is nice. So that's the second design. And also, I'm taking my time. When I make the tutorials, obviously, I'm taking my time. I'm making things slower because I'm explaining quite a lot or many. And also because when I do a mistake, I'm showing every step. I'm making and explaining some of the steps, so you can also correct mistakes. If you face a similar mistake, you can understand what's going on and learn how to model with curves or the mesh. Now I modeled the mesh. I went a bit faster, but also because time is important. We need to go fast. To be good, you need to be fast. Well, that's a bit sarcastic, obviously, for me, because I don't agree with that much. You don't have to be that fast to be that good. You can be quite slow and be very good at what you do and be very good at your job. I don't know why people are so crazy about speed. I was when I was, yeah, I think we all are at some point. But you can just come down and take the time to enjoy what you're doing, because basically it's more important to enjoy what you're doing. And using Blender, that's why I use Blender, because using Blender is very, very fun. It's fun and efficient. So we're making money. We are creating jobs, we are producing jewels, we are designing jewels using Blender every day, every single day we're doing that. I've been doing that for years, and yes, I did make, and I do make more money using Blender every day. Obviously, I do use other softwares. So that's second design. Let's go for the third design. It's getting quite interesting. Let's save this image. So okay, that's the second. So I want to make quite different looking renders and designs. Okay, save that. That's pretty good. So now let's hide this. Let's take that and hide that. Now we want let's make the princess cut first. Okay, so that's the square, totally square, and the cut is different from the Asscher or the cushion cut. So let's make it bigger. Let's make it a 3, I would say 3 millimeters here. Tick, tick, tick. Let's center this guy, and also let's bring it to this place. So I think we're going to create something more squarish. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to model more using mesh now. Let's start using. So let's create a plane. Let's center the plane somewhere here. Let's go up here, somewhere here. Yeah, perfect. Here. So let's like something like that. Okay. Now let's go to edit mode. Alt Z to activate the transparency. And so now let's make an extrusion. Click. Let's make this bigger here. So we have that. We need to remove some faces. So let's go to face mode. This one only faces, and this one also only faces. So we're just with the outside faces with that. That's pretty good. Let's go with that. A to select everybody. Now let's extrude, enter. Let's move it a bit here. Let's make it a bit bigger. Click E to extrude. The axis is already good, so you can just drag it. Let's say here, let's make this guy a bit smaller. E, let's move it a bit. E key a bit just to bevel the edges. If you turn on the solid view, you're gonna see what we're doing, which is that. That's very nice. Now let's select everybody. Shift D, click, move front view. Let's move this down here. Okay, now the stone is too high. Let's take the stone out of edit mode. That's very fast because we use the tab key, so we go out, in and out very fast. Okay, we're here. Let's make that. Okay, sorry. There. Now, Control I. No, sorry, escape. Escape. No, there we go. Okay, just select invert. So it's Control I. That's what I did, didn't work. Okay, let's move this a bit downer here. Well, something like that. Okay, let's do this SZ. I want this like that. Control I to change to invert the selection. SZ also. So it looks good. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, it's touching the stone. So now let's take the stone a bit higher here. Okay, now the prongs. Let's add a new plane. So we are out of the edit mode. It's important not to. And let's go here at the top. Now let's go here. Let's do a subdivide. Let's take this vertex mode. Let's remove this vertex. We have that. Okay, we are going to do an A, Shift D, Enter. We're going to move that down there. Oh, sorry. Here. Let's put it somewhere here at the corner. And now let's take the edges, but just the outside edges. So with the Shift key, select these guys on the outside. Okay, we have that. Now let's do a bridge edge loops. We have this. It's pretty nice. That's already pretty nice. Okay, let's go back to vertex mode. Alt A, Alt Z, select these guys. Let's make this smaller. Just check that you're in place. Control 7, Alt Z, so you can see what you're doing there. Alt Z, back. And that's pretty nice. Well, we can make it straight like that. Or Alt A, Alt Z, B, move it down here. E, enter. Let's move it up there. Alt Z. This is amazing. This is just amazing. Now do an A to select everybody and to bring it to the stone, because we need to overlay the stone a bit to set the stone. Let's go like here. This is very nice. I just have a problemo down there. Alt A, B, these guys, we want them correctly in the corner, which is like that, and this is perfect. Now let's go out. This one is going to be straight like that. This is on purpose. Mirror, mirror here, mirror there, X, Y. This is the setting for the princess cut. This looks amazing. Let's go there. I just maybe want to move these guys here close to that. We can do some beveling maybe. Yeah, this is looking very good with the beveling. Let's do it sharper though. That's pretty good. That's excellent even. Okay, so that's convert that to mesh. So we get rid of the modifiers. That with the Shift key, Control J, we have this. Control A, all transforms. Now we're going to put our beloved array from the empty. So let's see. Maybe it's the same empty. Here, no, that won't be that good. The other empty, maybe. That's too close. So we need another empty. Take an empty, Shift D. So let's go there. That's going to be empty02, and let's take the empty02, and let's start just rotating. Okay, you know what? I'm going to come here, but I'm going to adapt this design. Okay, this is great. Now let's see how many times. 20, 21, 18, 19. So that's 19 time. but that's not accurate. Okay, so 19 is going to 20. No, sorry. It's going to 360 between 19. 19 stone is a bit weird. It's 1895 degrees on the MT2. 1995. This is more accurate. Now let's do the same for the princess array. The princess 19. That's an odd number, so but it works. That's the size. Do a control A. If something weird like that happens, it's very useful that that happens in Blender, but you need to understand what happens there. Doesn't matter for now. Let's do a control A. Okay, all transforms. So that's really nice. The only thing I'm going to change. Okay, this is going to be metal. All right. Princess, diamonds. Yeah, princess. That's the cut for a diamond. The other stones don't get cut like that. It doesn't work. Doesn't shine. Maybe a sapphire. But I don't think. No, I don't think so. There would be. No, it doesn't work. It's just diamonds to get the princess cut. Okay, here. Let's go to edit. Well, wait a second. That's because of the okay, the bevel. Oh, don't tell me I did. Okay. That's bad. Okay, so the base of the prongs got a bit damaged because of the bevel. So let's take these guys with the L key, P selection. I'm going to remove the array for a second there. I'm going to use the diagonal key, and I'm going to... Oh, this is crazy. Sorry, let me see something. Is this guy... Hold on. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I'm going to repair these guys. They're a bit damaged there. So let's select this, suppress it. I need to check if that phase didn't came from another. Okay, now we have a weird behavior there. We could erase, just erase everybody. I think it's going to be easier to erase everybody. Let's take this. Okay, with transparency on, don't forget that. Okay, B, E, enter, and S. This is so easy to, I'm lucky because it's really easy to repair. F key to close the faces. Now we can try to bevel. Let's do an inset with the I key and move that there. This is perfect. So also, if you see, we can make mistakes. I do make mistakes during the tutorials because I just make the tutorial and record it. So I won't edit things out of the tutorials. Or if it's too bad, I'm just going to make the entire tutorial again. But I do that on purpose so you can see how we can correct, and you can see that it happens. Things don't have to be perfect to be correctly using the software. You're going to make mistakes, and every software has bugs or problems. That wasn't my no, that was my mistake. That wasn't the software, because when I did the bevel, I didn't check the numbers, and some part of the prongs was damaged because of the size of the bevel I made, but I didn't check it. You need to go and check it out before applying things, you know. But I showed you how to repair that. So now what I want to do here is that let's remove that a bit. So I want to cut. I want to make some cuts here. So no, I don't need that. I just need a cut here, which is a loop cut. I want to cut here and there. This is very practical because it cuts directly at the middle, and that's exactly what I want. Because what I want is, let's go to face mode, let's go to select mode, let's select these guys, and let's do an E, enter, SX. We get that. So now when I activate the modifier, I can see the bridge I'm creating, SX, and I can make it in such a way that from the front view, I can even move it a bit. It follows the ring better. And let's do another E, click, SX. For 3D printing and jewelry design, you can make overlaps of this kind. It won't make much trouble. It can make, in some cases, it can make troubles. But in this case, this kind of overlap, the only thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to check this is closed. So every overlapping object with the next object is going to create an entire solid, which is what you need for printing. That's the basic goal when modeling for printing, is you want one solid object without loose open edges or things like that. So this is correct. Overlapping is, people are going to say, no, this is all wrong, you shouldn't overlap like that. I've been printing for years, I've been printing myself for 3 years, so I've been printing, I already have printed more than, well, like 500 models or more. I print in resin I've been printing for years in resin, and I've been printing since 2008, not myself, but with other companies that used to print for me here in Mexico or in the US or in Belgium even. So believe me, if I know what works. I just know what works. That's why the channel is going to grow anyway. All right, so what's next? Okay, so this is really cool also. This is the square princess design. Now let's make the render. So that's the third design. And I'm taking my time because I want to explain and show you. This is looking very good, but also let's go to shading. You know what? Maybe, I know. Oh no, this is good. So metal there, beveling is on. Okay, the floor. Let's make another floor. Oh, let's make it. Let's make it white. Let's make it all white. White. Make it a bit more reflective here. That's pretty nice. My environment has some blue in it, so that what helps bring in a bit more colors here and there. I'm not sure if I like it in white. Actually, I don't. Maybe some, you know what color? Some coffeeish here, a bit dark here. And so yeah, this creamy coffee here. Like, this is nice. This is really nice. Okay, but and the other one needs to be diamond. So this is all for this one. Render. Did I hide everybody else? Because during the other render, well, the second render was the funniest one at the beginning because things weren't hidden. I had to hide the other objects. I forgot or I didn't check. Okay, this is looking very good. That's the third design. That's the princess cut, the square shape, perfect square, princess cut, all diamonds and white gold. And we have some bridges. Here the connection shows because of the bevel shading. I don't mind, it looks good. Looks quite nice. You know what? We're a bit too far for this design. Let's take the camera and let's bring it back to 95, 100, 05. That's a bit better. Let's go back to the render. Okay, here we go. So we could keep designing during the render, but also I won't do that during the tutorial. So I hope you're enjoying a lot this tutorial, because now we're like really designing jewels, you know? It's a bit more interesting, and you can already see how it's done at a professional level. And also some variety, you know, where I'm using 4 different shapes and cuts. And well, obviously for me that was important. They're not too different. I'm not using yet the marquise cut and the pier cut or the heart shape, which are obviously a bit harder to use for jewelry designers, but obviously that's no problem. It's no big deal. But that's more advanced, so we're still at the beginning, so I won't make too complicated designs yet. I would like to, because for me it's a bit boring, obviously, doing this step by step. I've been doing that for decades now. But well, we have to start somewhere, and because I'm making an entire series and I'm going to sell the assets, it's okay if we go just step by step, so you can learn properly and really follow and enjoy the entire series. Obviously, this is a bit basic, this is a bit simple, and this is really geometrical design, simple design, with just some prong setting repeating all around the finger. It's not very original, but it's already looking good. We're looking good here. Okay, save this image. So we have, that's the model 3. So 1 model to go. Save. All right, we're done with this. Let's save the scene, Control S. Let's go back to layout, solid. So this guy, let's hide this guy also. See, this one is called plane. This one also, which are the prongs. You can put names if you get lost. Don't forget to put. Okay, so the last one is the Asscher-Cut, which is a very nice cut. With these guys, let's go at 4 by 4, I guess. Something way bigger. Okay, let's put it in place here. Let's bring it here. Okay, we have that. Let's do something. Okay, I have an idea here. We're going to make something. Okay, so here to create the setting, I'm going to copy the stone, Shift D. I use this trick in another tutorial. Let's go to edit mode, activate the transparency. Let's cut Alt A, sorry. B to select that, B to select that, and suppress vertices. So now we have the shape of the stone. That's perfect. Now let's put it into place here. Now let's make an SZ, because it needs to be thicker. Make an E click S, because I want it on the inside like that, and that's already the belt. That's what I'm saying. People that think that Blender is not good for jewelry design, they're just ignorant. That's not my fault. That's much their fault. And just don't listen to people who don't know what they're talking about, because they think, because they use always the same software. I won't name that software because I don't even like that software. I don't like the mentality of some other software. I do work with other softwares which are very good, and one is one of the best available for jewelers, but it's very expensive software. And there are others. They're not free. Blender is free, but Blender is very good for many things. We all know that. That's why we're here. That's why I created a channel. People following the tutorial in Spanish know that what I teach works, and that designing jewelry at the professional level using Blender is very clever. That's all it is. All right. So we have that. Obviously, that's not good for all that. We could do something. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so we have, let's see, on the inside. So let's select the inside vertices. Let's make them bigger so we're not touching the stone. So activate here. Okay, okay, here. So we have the angle of the stone. We're following the stone. This is perfect. A to select everybody, Shift D. Now I'm going to make a straight settings. So let's go at the level of the finger here, and that's good. Now the difference is that at the base, I'm going to select again the inside vertices, S to make it thicker here, Alt A. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Oh, sorry. I don't want to lose my selection yet. I want to bring it back here. Okay, that's nice. That's more plain. That's good. So diagonal key to go out of that. So straight like that. Okay. Now, I want some prongs. Let's do a Shift D to copy that structure. Let's go to edit mode. Activate transparency, Alt Z, Alt A, B to just have that. I just want this face, this face. Alt Z. I want those faces from the corner. I just want to keep that. So do a Control I, suppress faces. Okay, I just have these 4 remaining faces. Let's do a S to make them a bit smaller on the inside. E, enter, S to make them bigger like that. So we have this. That's cool. Now let's take those faces with the Shift key. Now E, enter, go up, and we have our prongs. This is just wonderful. You see, it's very easy to work things out in Blender. That looks very nice. This is a very classical. Let's move it up a bit, just like that. Okay, so this we can bevel. Just this time I'm going to make it way smaller, and beware of my numbers. Oh, 5, that's nice. For this also, bevel 0.05, something very small. That looks better. Beveling things look definitely better. You can put more levels. Let's put 3 levels, I guess. Don't forget shade smooth. I don't know if I didn't even shade smooth the other designs, but they would look good. Okay, this and that control. I know. First, convert to mesh and Control J. It was the same beveling, but okay, so that's good. This must be metal, all right? And let's go around. So Control A, all transforms. Let's go with the array modifier again. Yes, again. So I don't know. Maybe a new one, maybe not. This one is not good. You can type the name if you. Okay, this one is good. So I don't remember 20 times. I think 18, 16. I don't know, 12, 14, 15 times. This is a bit odd too, but okay. On the stone also reset. Control A, all transforms. Array. It's the 01, I think. 15 times. It's not from the offset. Okay, we're done here. Done. The camera is too close for this guy. Camera. Let's go 95, I guess. Okay, let's move it. No, won't move it at all. You know what? I didn't check the floor also. The rings are flying. Yeah, I'm jumping sometimes a bit fast during the tutorials, but it's for the sake of the rhythm, and so we don't get bored also during. I mean, I don't want to make boring tutorials. That wouldn't be good. Okay, something greenish maybe. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's perfect. This is perfect. This is just perfect. Let's hit render, and that's the 4th design, number 4. 4th design. This one is for the Asscher-Cut. this design is really nice. What I could, I don't know. We can always make more complications, you know. Maybe the prongs are. I didn't check the thickness of all the designs before, obviously, publishing the assets. I'll be checking the thicknesses on my side. I think maybe the prongs are a bit too thin. And also for setting the stones, you can make the cuts using the boolean with the stone to make the cuts, the pre-cuts. Sometimes we do that in 3D. Inside the setting, we can make the cuts where the stone setter is going to work, so we can make the cut directly in the 3D model, so it comes out printed and it comes out in the production mold, and it's faster and it's better for the stone setter. But some stone setter don't like that. Okay, I do like that though, so I do that for my models sometimes, not all the time, because if anyway we're going to set, you can set the stones in the wax already when you're manufacturing all your jewels, but some people prefer to make the setting old school and work everything by hand. It has some quality. You know, when you do it all by hand, when you set the stone all by hand, the jeweler and the stone setter can polish all the inside of the settings. This is very important. So, I mean, setting in the wax is very productive. You're gonna make many jewels and more money if you know how to sell, but the quality of your jewels won't be so nice. All right. Okay, this is very nice. This is my favorite, I think, from this entire tutorial. So I hope. Well, I think I showed convincingly that using Blender for a jewelry design is very good. There's no doubt, and I'm taking my time just for the sake that you can follow what I'm doing. If I would be doing, maybe one day I'll do a tutorial just at my rhythm. I've been using Blender for straight now for 4 years. I think 4 years, something like that. Almost every day, mainly designing jewels, but I also design other things. My work has been selected quite a couple of times in Blender Week and Blender Nation, sorry, as a selection of the week. Yeah, sorry. And on Blender Artist and things like that. Also, I have some designs in the LuxScore gallery. I have 3 now, which is very cool because obviously that's why also I'll be talking about LuxScore, but that's way more advanced. So for now, we're gonna stick to just modeling and cycles to make pretty renders, already good-looking renders, without making too fancy complications in the render. Also the surroundings. This is just a plain floor reflective color plane. It's cool. It's good enough for your website or catalog or many clients. That's way good enough. For my way of working, for my workflow, work type, for my clients, for what I do generally, that's not enough at all. That was enough for me at the beginning. For me, that was some 20 years ago. Yeah. So that was way enough. And that looks nice, looks cool. You can see it's a ring. You can see the shape of the design pretty well. You can see that the diamonds are pretty nice. They don't have the diffraction, the small flashes of color that when the light sparks out, it makes the diffraction rainbows and flashes because of the diamond. We'll see ways to do that in cycles, but for now that looks good nowadays. This is quality enough to compete with any software. So don't come people who come to me telling me that Blender doesn't work at a professional level for jewelry design. Well, man, I'm just obviously just grab my beer, dude. Grab my beer, dude. You're gonna die. Well, already you're dead before you know. Because I've been designing jewelry with Blender for years, and obviously I make it a trend. And now I'm obviously modeling and selling the assets, and I'll be doing that more and more. And I think I started late. I could have done that in English years ago. I started in Spanish because I live in Mexico and I teach mainly in Spanish and to Spanish speaking students. And also because for the other softwares, I'm not allowed to make videos in English because we have market segmentations, and I would break my contract. That would be a breach of contract if I would make tutorials with 3D design in English. I do have many, and I had many students. I do teach in English, also online, but online is generally quite expensive for many people. What I charge online is quite expensive because I generally work only with professionals, and they already own jewelries, and that's the target. So my fee per hour is quite high, and well, that's understandable because I've been doing that for years, and what I teach is very efficient, very, very efficient. Because I've been manufacturing jewels for decades. I've been teaching jewelry for more than 16 years now, and well, doing that every day. So that's my living. I do that because I really love what we can design now, but I also draw by hand, and we manufacture the jewels by hand. I've worked with the industry, and I also work as an artist, so I have many things to teach and to show and to share. So people who are come to me and say or make some comments that Blender doesn't work for jewelry design, well, I just say hello and goodbye, because don't do that on this channel, and don't do that to me. Speaking to me, it's like ridiculous. I have so many proofs that Blender is so good for jewelry design, and that's why we're here, and that's why people are subscribing to this channel, because it's nice, it's fun, and we're making something creative and productive, so that you can print, that you can manufacture, that you can sell. You can sell the image, you can sell the asset, you can sell many things. Okay. So anyway, that was tutorial number 6. My name is Damien Rohrbach, or Rohrbach, depends. In English, it's quite hard to pronounce my name because it's my name is from Switzerland, and well, that's where I was born. Anyway, so the correct way, well, there's not really a correct way to say that in English. Originally, it's Rohrbach, so it's not easy to pronounce that even for me in any language. So the website is ATELIER-LAUSANA.design. I'm a proud owner of a .design website for a couple of years now, which represents a lot of what we're doing. When I say we just because me and my clients and my students. It's all just not me, because generally I'm working or for some clients or with my students. So generally I say we, and also we, the channel, because the channel is growing faster and faster every day. I think that's really cool for me and for us, like I said, for us all, because it's original, you know. It's good content, and I'm glad that people are asking and getting interested in jewelry design with Blender. And also, Blender is a wonderful software. I donate to Blender every time I can because they just deserve it. These guys are. I've been doing a tremendous work for years. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial number 6. See you soon. See you next week. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.